Alright guys, step one for editing a texture is find the texture in game and get a good look at it. You're going to be looking through a lot of textures trying to find this, so you want to get a good look at what you're editing. We're going to edit the milkman here. Just get a good look at him, and let's open up Dragon Unpacker. We'll go in here and we will use this tool right here to extract textures from the pack files. Here's the settings you want to use. You want to select pictures. That doesn't matter. In here you want to make sure you include the offset, which is %H for the hex offset, and the file number %N in the file names by default, so that way you can find where to inject them back into the pack file later. Here you want to go into your pack file. Make sure you have a backup copy of the originals before editing these, obviously, in case something gets screwed up. You need to get the original back. When you search, you should come up with a list and click on the texture names and look at them. I've noticed one time when I got done with looking through a texture pack and I opened another one and ripped the files from it, I had to actually close it down and reopen Dragon Unpacker before I could see the texture. Minor glitch. Anyway, here I found it finally. There it is. There's the milkman. We need to extract it. Just remember where you extract it to, and if your file name doesn't automatically have DDS slapped to the end of it, make sure you do that as well. This is just where I save it. My organization skills suck, but at least I know where they're at. Anyway, here we go. We got it extracted now. We want to open it up in a Hex Editor. I use HXD. We're going to open up that file just so we can get what type of DDS file it is. Normally they are DXT3. Here you'll see this one is DXT3 as well. You just need to remember what number is after DXT for when you save the modified texture. Here we'll open it up in paint.net. You can use whatever you want, Adobe Photoshop if that's what you prefer, whatever. There's my modified texture. I skipped all that. You don't want to see all that boring crap. This isn't an art class. Shitty art anyway. Here I'm going to save it with a different file name. Now it's important to save it as a different file name because you'll need to compare with the original to make sure that the file size of this file is the same size or smaller. If it is larger, it'll break the package file. You don't want a larger file. If it is, you need to change some settings when you save it until you get a smaller one. Here we're checking how long the file is, clicking the last byte and looking at the offset. We want the offset of the next file that I open, which will be the modified pack. We want that one to be smaller. We want the offset at the end to be a smaller number than the offset at the end of the original file. Here we've got a match. It's actually a lot smaller, so we'll use this is easily fit into it. Here we're gonna want to open up the texture package file next. We'll open that up here and we will inject the new texture. Like I said again, especially before doing this, make sure your pack files, the pack file you are modifying, you have a backup of the original somewhere on the computer. There, if you get that error, your Dragon Unpack is still open in reading that texture file, so close that out and then do it again. Here we're going to go to, and we want to go to the number that is in the texture is offset. It's right there in the file name after O in mine. We'll type in this offset and jump right to it, and right there it starts the data for that texture. So we're going to want to copy everything from the modified texture, edit, select all, copy it. And then we're going to want to paste right. Now make sure that you use paste right, not paste insert, so that way the file size is the same. That way the game won't crash out when it tries to load the file. So we save that, and there we go. In game you'll see the texture is modified and working. Cake. I hope you enjoyed. This is a shitty tutorial, but whatever, it was rushed. The texture's rushed, but Triforce, Zelda for the win.